Hi, it's Jennifer from Soul Source Tarot, and I'm here to do a reading for right around the 25th. So 25th, 26th, something like that. Let's see what comes up, just for the heck of it, right? Ooh, so in Feather Reverse, someone you know is undependable and insincere. It's reversed, so we can have somebody that's extremely undependable and insincere, or we may have somebody here that was once insincere that is changing. I know that's far-fetched, but I mean, I suppose this is reversed. It's hard. That would be so hard to believe that somebody would become sincere after being so insincere. So let's see what else comes up. Okay. Well, we definitely have somebody that has been arrogant and boastful. I mean, that just fell out. It just fell out. It came out for a reason, right? An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Something's going down. The feather's upside down. The rooster is pointed down. Something's going down. Maybe there's a humbling of some sort. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. It's interesting underneath that insincere situation. So somebody has definitely been insincere. They have an angry. They have some sort of anger issue. They like to be in control. They see themselves as someone that is higher up, you know. They see themselves as somebody that is probably the boss, you know. This is somebody that probably is used to getting what they want, you know, goes after what they want, is very boastful, I mean loud, obnoxious. Something's going down. I feel like there's no more respect for this, or there's annoyance here. This is a major annoyance. Maybe this person is losing respect. People are probably shying away. I feel like there's some sort of humbling going on from previous behavior coming to a head, you know, that kind of thing. Let's get one of these. One signifies instant manifestation. Pay attention to your intuition. Your intuition is speaking to you. Ones are also new beginnings. It's action time. It feels like it is action time. It's time for somebody to take independent action. This is an independent number. It's very... one is one. It's not two. It's not three. It's one. So this is somebody that's taking independent action. And your thoughts become things for you, okay? Because one is also a number of thoughts. So there's instant manifestation in regards to your actions. Your independent actions are manifesting you some sort of new beginning. Somebody's taking independent action. And their intuition is kind of like guiding them, you know? What else do we have? Let's get one of these. Somebody may have a new idea, they may have a new truth, they have a new spark, their feelings, you know, maybe they have different feelings, or they've been I don't know, listening. It feels like they're listening to their intuition. They're also following their heart. There could be new beginnings in love. There could be a new truth. There could be a new direction. We definitely have something new happening here. New thoughts, new ideas, new directions, new security, new stability. Taking action right now. So there's something that is happening that is bringing about a new, I want to say new direction. It comes from a new truth. Realization, that's what it is. This is like an epiphany of some sort, a new awareness. What else? Daydreams and decisions. So this is the Seven of Cups. So we have somebody here that I feel has been exploring their options. They've probably been thinking a lot, trying to decide which way to go. We definitely have a big decision here where somebody has been probably maybe confused. Maybe they've been in a state of illusion, right? Maybe they made some poor choices, a lot of poor choices in the past. They definitely have an option right now to choose something different. This is a big decision that has consequences, whether it's good or bad. You know, there's consequences for the decision, the choice. So we have a big choice here, and we have somebody here that has really been in their thoughts. They definitely have. They've been in their feelings. They've been in their emotions, and they've had many options to choose from. So this is like a point where somebody is making a clear choice. They're receiving, I want to say clarity, I want to say information or truth or realization or whatever the case is, that is giving them the clarity that they need to make the choice, the decision that is probably going to be a better choice than they made in the past, put it that way. What else? There's been arrogance and boastfulness and disrespect and insincerity in the past. There's been somebody here that has not been dependable. I feel like this person has been a nuisance because they've been so boastful and arrogant and proud and obnoxious. And there's anger issues behind the whole situation. And I want to say entitlement as well. This person is used to getting whatever they want. That's what's made them so egotistical. Ooh, Seven of Pentacles reverse. So I feel like there could be a relocation or an uprooting here. This is like a dead end. There's no growth. Somebody's been investing in something for quite some time, right? Maybe it's quite a long time. You know, maybe it's 7 years, maybe it's 14 years, maybe it's longer. I don't know. Either way, there's been some sort of short-lived success. We have somebody here that's probably wasted quite a bit of time trying to make something work that has no reward, has no long-term reward. Maybe it did at the beginning. Maybe there was some sort of benefit from it at the beginning, but it feels like time's up, right? The season is over. There's nothing left that is going to come out of this. It's certainly not going to bring long-term stability anymore, especially if there's no more fertility. It's like the ground is no longer fertile here. There, you know, maybe, you know, there's just no more nourishment. There's not enough light. There's not enough, I want to say, work. Somebody's not putting in any more effort. They're not interested in it. Maybe they let it dry up, or they let it die, or they planted it at the wrong time in the wrong place. That could be the case as well. Maybe it wasn't the right time, or, you know, sometimes people try to make things grow at the wrong time. It's like if you plant some sort of seed, and if it's the wrong seed, say if you plant it in the fall and you're supposed to plant it in the spring, it's not going to grow, right? I feel like we have somebody here that tried to make something work that wasn't sustainable. It wasn't well thought out, you know, that kind of thing. Anyhow, I feel like we have some sort of uprooting or relocating or the end of a situation that at one time brought something, but is no longer bringing any type of benefit or payout or reward. And it didn't bring as much as was expected anyway. It's definitely action time. It is definitely action time. Somebody's been really in their feelings, contemplating their next move. There's a situation here that has no growth at this time. There's no more growth that's going to come out of it. No more. Okay, no matter what. The season's over. Time's up. There's somebody here that is very dissatisfied with what they have, you know, tried to build. There's dissatisfaction here. There is. It's like wasted time. And this may be, make some, and then maybe that's where there's a humbling. It's like, you wasted your time on this. You wasted your time. Maybe it was years. It could have been years on trying to make something work that wasn't right. It wasn't right. It wasn't planned out. It wasn't well thought out. It wasn't even feasible. Maybe it wasn't practical. So we do have somebody here that is moving on from a situation. They are going somewhere. They're traveling. There's definitely been some sort of hostilities, maybe fighting, conflict, ego battles, you know. Somebody's definitely taking action to leave something behind that has been very stressful. Maybe it's been like a war zone. Literally, maybe it's been some sort of trying to prove constantly, you know, and dealing with somebody that you can't really negotiate with. It feels like there's been a lot of hostilities. We have somebody here that is willing to face the challenges. They're willing to face their fears. They're moving away from a stressful situation. It's definitely action time. We have somebody here that is probably headed into a situation, you know, headed into a place where they don't know, you know, they're going, it's okay, I'm gonna go into this not knowing what the outcome is, and, you know, hope for the best, that kind of thing. Maybe that's what happened already. Ace of Wands reverse. Ace of Wands reverse is no growth. Right next to this one. No spark, no desire, inaction, something going downhill, blocked blessings, self-sabotage. This is like a rotten seed or a dead seed. It's something not coming to fruition. It's not, there's no fertility. There's somebody that tried to plant a seed, that's just crazy, that wasn't fertile. There's some sort of infertility here, or it wasn't the right time, right? There's no growth. There's no spark. There's no nourishment here. This is like it's kind of like when you go to light a match and it doesn't light, it doesn't light, it doesn't light, it doesn't have what it needs to take off. Interesting. Five of Cups. Five of Cups is emotional disappointment, emotional loss, grieving over a loss. There's definitely some sort of loss here. There is. This is somebody that is probably facing some consequences for investing in something without thinking about it. May have been impulsive. Definitely could have been. Made some sort of impulsive move, and they've wasted a lot of time doing so. But we do have moving on from an infertile situation after exploring the options. There's no growth here. There's no fertility here. There's no desire here. There's no fertility. Anyhow, Five of Cups, focusing on a loss, grieving over a loss, not acknowledging another opportunity, still focusing on something that is over, that is gone, that has no benefit. There's no benefits here. There's no reward. This is like crying over it, right? Moping over the loss. Really thinking a lot, because ones are thinking and so isn't this. So there's definitely somebody here that is, I want to say, they've been some sort of procrastination because there's been some sort of confusion, maybe illusion, probably illusion, poor choices. I do feel like we have somebody here that is giving up on something. There's been some sort of blockage here, blocked blessings. Two of Wands. This is a turning point. This is the point where somebody's at, you know, where they make a choice. Do they stay or do they go? They've been chained to something, but there's an exciting opportunity to step into new territory, you know, where the grass is greener. So I feel like we do have somebody here that is a hard worker. I feel like we do have a hard worker here. Somebody that is very confident, that is very driven, that is ready for a change. Twos are about change. Somebody's ready for a change. They're leaving behind an emotionally disappointing situation. They've met, or not that they've met, they're at a point where they've decided, or they're about to decide. This is like the decision point about an investment that they've tried hard somebody's tried hard, but I'm not sure that they tried hard enough. I feel like what they did was I feel like they didn't really investigate. They didn't investigate the territory, or they didn't make a decision, a practical decision. It feels like there's a lack of practicality here. It was an emotional decision. This is the point where somebody is deciding whether they want to continue to put in effort into something where, I feel like it's over. The season is over. This is it. Why would you want to continue to plant seeds, even if whether they're alive or dead, in ground or in a situation where there's no fertility, there's no potential for growth? Why would you waste your time on something like that? It's not practical. Somebody has wasted their time. They have wasted their time. They've wasted their energy. And now they may be even burnt out. I mean, we may have somebody here that is burnt out. It's like you can't make it work. You can't force it to. So that's interesting. 5 of Cups, crying over a loss. Something that isn't growing. It's no longer growing. I think it grew for a minute. Maybe a little bit. Maybe it's 7 years. Maybe, like I said, 7 years or 14 years. Ooh, 9 of Swords. So we do have somebody here that is struggling mentally. It's time for closure. It's time. And this is like waking up. Literally, it's like waking up from a nightmare and realizing. And there's a lot of fear here. Maybe there's fear of the unknown, fear of loss, fear of rejection, fear of failure, that kind of thing. I don't know where this is coming from. This is deep regrets as well. I feel like we have somebody here that has been dreaming about something. They've been thinking about something. They've been feeling something. There's been a blockage. Maybe somebody's had an emotional blockage where they've been unable to recognize the truth of a situation. Anyhow, this is like waking up and realizing and struggling mentally with making a choice to break free from something that has contained or restricted oneself. Somebody has definitely been restricted by thoughts, by fears, by, I want to say, there could be illusion here, fantasy. But we do have taking action. Somebody's taking action right now. They're making a big move. They are. Somebody's been blocking their own growth. And it could be due to fear of loss. There's definitely great personal fear here. There's fear. Fear of, because of what has happened in the past. And that's why people have anger. And people have anger because of loss in the past. They carry it. This is closing up. A cycle is coming to a close where there's been a lot of stress. There's been a lot of anxiety. There's been a lot of fear. This is somebody that has repeated patterns. They have repeated patterns. They've maybe allowed themselves not to see. This is lack of vision. Maybe they chose, and this is a choice, chose not to see. They chose not to see things for what they really are. And that's the way it is. I mean, people do it all the time. You try to plant a seed out of season. There's no wisdom in that. Okay, it's just a waste of time. Let's get one more. Here we have somebody got his head in his hands, very regretful, stressed out. Oh my God. This is a point. This is a turning point. This is a choice where you can make a change, but you're going to have to stop putting in effort into something that is only hurting you. That's your choice. This is a choice. If there's something that is no longer growing, or there's no more spark, or there's no passion left for it, it's time to move on. You got to take action. And you can't let your ego, that's what most people do, they let their ego get in the way, right? And then their anger comes out towards everybody around them. So I do feel like we do have a point, okay? This is the turning point where somebody has to make a decision, make up their mind. This is a strainful. It is. It's a stressful decision. This hurts. It does hurt. It's a painful, stressful decision. This does have to do with something an investment that brought something in the beginning, but now it's a loss. Good luck.